Kasama din natin ngayon, mula po naman sa South Korea, kaibigan natin to na gumaling po sa Covid19. And would you believe, ang isa sa mga attribution na sinasabi niya naging daan para siya mabilis na gumaling, ay ang paggamit niya ng Promag 300. Kasi nga, nakikita natin na yung function ng magnesium para maging cofactor sa pagdi-deliver ho ng gamot doon sa ating mga sistema, napakahalaga. Mula po sa Seoul, South Korea, joining us by Zoom, David Jun. Hoyun, David Yun. David, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay now.
You're okay now. When did you get out of the hospital?
2 days ago.
2 days ago. But where did you get the virus?
Oh, I was visiting U.S. and doing some business and also visiting some of my relatives.
Okay.
I traveled a lot.
How long did you stay in the U.S. before getting
I stayed there about 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Then after that, you flew back to Korea.
Yes.
And where did you learn? Where did you learn that you have contracted the disease?
Well, in Korea, when you arrive in Korea, it's a mandatory. From the airport, they'll take you to the local medical center, and they will do a COVID testing, and then they will take you home.
Okay.
And next day, they will let you know if you're positive or negative.
And how did you learn? When the result came out?
They call you next day. They called me next day saying that I tested positive.
Okay. And when you received the call, what's next? You went to the hospital?
Well, they will send you an ambulance.
Oh.
So to your house.
Okay. But only ambulance.
The whole neighborhood knows that you have positive testing.
Good. It's
so
only
the
ambulance.
Will come.
Good that it's only ambulance, no policemen.
Oh yeah, no policemen.
No policemen. Okay.
But these days, policeman is not scary. The ambulance is more scary.
Okay, so you were fetched by the ambulance, went to the hospital. Immediately, we're told that you're positive with COVID-19.
They take you immediately. They call you, and they say, okay, we're gonna send you ambulance within 1 hour. So please pack your stuff, and we'll take you to the institute. And they came, they picked me up, and I got in, and they drove me to the medical center. Right by Seoul City.
Okay.
So I was admitted.
What about the other members of the household?
Oh, the other my wife, who was not tested positive, she tested negative. So she was self-quarantined up to 15 days at home. Okay. And they were bringing the trash bags and everything for her, telling her not to get out of the house. They would come once a day, taking out the trash for my wife and everything.
That's strict, huh? That's strict.
Very strict. They as soon as I left, she said that the team came up to our house and they disinfected everything. They told her to leave the house, ask her to stay inside her car while they come and do the disinfection and everything.
Okay.
And then let her up to the house again after 1 hour.
How's life inside the hospital, David?
There's no life.
There's no. Okay. So,
it's almost like jail.
Okay. So you're isolated. What about?
Yes.
How's the treatment?
Well, as soon as you check in, you're in by yourself, and because the nurses or the doctors, every time they visit you in the room, they have to be fully clothed with all the NBC gear, to make sure that they don't get infected. Okay. So they only come into your room 3 times a day. Breakfast time to give you breakfast, and then give you some pills, and lunch time, and then dinner time. And during that time, when they come in, they will take my temperature, my blood pressure, everything that they need to do, and then give me all the pills that I need to take. And then they'll only talk to you through the intercom.
Okay.
Because they don't want to come into your room.
Outside of being alone, being isolated, what is more agonizing in the entire process of the treatment? Did you feel
it hurts?
Oh.
It hurts. I was admitted into ICU. I had a difficulty breathing.
Oh.
30 to 40% of both my lungs were infected.
Oh.
So I had the thing through my nose, helping me breathe, the respiratory system. I mean, it was terrible.
Okay. I was told that the Promac 300, the magnesium sent to you, helped a lot. Can you elaborate? Number one,
Yeah.
how did you get
after I was injected with the new medication that they have, after like 1 hour a day for about a week, and after that, they start testing you every 3 days to see if you test positive or negative. And if you test negative, they will test again next day, and if 2 days in a row you're negative, they'll let you out. So I was testing every 3 days, but it's terrible because you're in that isolated room and pressurized room, and there's no curtains because the curtains might have a virus on it. So, and you're in there and you're testing every 3 days. They draw blood and they do everything, and if you test positive, then they say, okay, we'll see you 3 days later. So it's like it was ongoing for about 3 weeks, and I was getting really tired. And
wow,
and I asked them what is the normal process. They said, well, the first one that got out of here was 35 days.
That long? 25
and there's
days.
There's some there that's for 70 days already.
Okay.
So after testing positive, my friend from Philippines, and he sent me the Promac 300. He said, try soaking this. And at that time, I would try anything. And plus, he went out of his ways to send this, this Promac 300, bottles all the way from Philippines to Korea. So it's, good friendship and everything. So my wife had it delivered to the hospital, and I picked it up and I started soaking about 30 minutes a day. And after using for about 3 to 4 days, I was kind of feeling, I was not when you're in the hospital taking all these drugs, you're not fully, there all the time. Very dizzy, very nausea and all this. But I was soaking it. And after the second testing, they told me, I tested negative on the swab test, but I tested positive on a spit test. So I said, well, can we do it again tomorrow? They said, yeah, we'll do it again tomorrow. So I soaked again, and this time he told me that to help the respiratory and to help the testing, I should goggle. So I put some on the toothpaste, Promac 300, and I mixed it with my toothpaste, and I brushed my teeth and I goggled. And next morning when I tested, the spit test and the swab test, they both came out negative.
Wow.
So I was able to go home in 22 days.
In less than 25 days?
Yes.
You're faster than anyone else in the hospital?
I started taking Promac 300 after about 15 days later. After 2 weeks, I started taking it. And so after about a week of Promac 300, I tested negative 2 days in a row.
Wow, that's good to hear. Because here in the Philippines, we're giving it out for free for senior citizen. Huh?
Yeah, I strongly recommend it because, that's aside from just the regular vitamin C and stuff like that you take at the medicine to help you. That's the only, Promac 300 is the only one that I use that's outside of the medication they give you from hospital. So, I cannot scientifically or medically prove that how it works, but for me, for my experience, it worked.
It did.
So I recommend it for people to use it and, clean. I even recommend brushing, your teeth with it. As long as you don't eat it, right?
Yeah.
But goggle with it, I think it really helps.
David, thank you very much. I hope to see you here when you get to the Philippines. Thank you.
Oh, yes, I will definitely go there.
You take care.
I was on my way to Philippines.
Okay. And then do tell your wife to use it also.
Oh, yes. Yes,
okay.
She does.
Yeah, thank you.
She soaks her feet.
Thank you, David, and good morning. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Yun po si David Hunyun mula po sa South Korea.
Nagpapagising ng mga impormasyon. Magandang umaga, Pilipinas!
Kaya nga sabi ko ho doon sa mga apo ha, ito naman libre naman pinamimigay, wala namang humbayad eh. Mag-register kayo doon sa Promag 300 Bayanihan laban sa Covid-19. Yun ho yung Facebook page. Lalong-lalo na kung kayo po ay may mga senior citizen na kasama sa bahay ha. Promag 300 Bayanihan laban sa Covid-19. Mantakin nyo, all the way from South Korea ho yung nagpapaliwanag na COVID patient galing po ng South Korea. Munti akong maubusan ng English.